Today I was telling you about our growth within after self-realization. The germination takes place very easily. The kundalini rises very easily. Also pierces the fontanelle bone area very easily. That is really, as you call it, Sahaja. It's a tremendous happening. It takes thousands of years for people to get realization. That's also a fact. They had to be born again and again, and very few selected got realization. But today, as I said, the time has come for many flowers to become fruits. So this happening doesn't take much time. It's just split of a second in many people. But about the growth I was talking last time. Last time I've ended up at self-realization. What is self-realization? Is and what do we expect from self-realization? The first thing that happens to you, as you know, when the kundalini rises, that you start feeling physically better. Your health improves. Though the kundalini rises from the centermost nadi called as Brahma Nadi inside the Sushumna in the central part. And first thing that happens is the physical being, which is helped. That is not the innermost core of every center. The innermost core of every center is the spiritual. But how is it first the physical being is helped? It's very interesting to see. The kundalini rises through many centers, passes through Agya, pierces through fontanelle and becomes one with the all-pervading power. So first thing that receives the information is the seat of Sadashiva, is the seat of your Atma, your spirit, on top of your head. But the spirit is in your heart. So the first awakening takes place or enlightenment takes place in your brain. This is a very important point to be seen. In your brain resides the conscious mind. That means the present. And when it is enlightened, that means your awareness is enlightened. You get enlightenment in your awareness, in your attention. As I told you last time, that attention is enlightened first. So through your attention you can find out what is the matter with other persons. You can find out what centers are catching, what your centers are catching. So on the physical level, you know what's happening. That's this, we should say, the present. We feel our gross being enlightened. We can feel them on our fingers. But when the kundalini is rising in your being, she goes straight on to the fontanelle bone area. Of course, if there is a hurdle or anything, then she stops and tries to indicate. At that time, if she is not successful, for example, you have got a liver problem, Then she will come and throb at liver problem, informing you that there's something wrong with the liver. That's why a Sahaja Yogi has to give vibrations from outside. When the Kundalini rises above, the Agya, she goes up to this fontanel and pierces. But when she cannot go beyond Agya, she spreads out here. She can spread out here also. And then she starts trickling down. The grace on the, or you can say she starts relaxing this area, which is called as Murdha. And that's how she makes more space in the Agya. And this relaxation works out the outer side of the physical being. Also, when she pierces through in anyone who has a simpler personality, who is not so complicated, first thing that happens is that the grace starts falling through from the sides. And the grace starts falling into the Ida and Pingala. And then she comes down, by which she supplies Ida and Pingala, the grace, not the Kundalini. You should not confuse these two things. Because of her piercing, there's an opening made and the grace starts coming down. And she, I should say the grace itself, feeds all the centers from outside. So the physical being improves. The second one, I'm now going from outside inside, is. Second one is the mental being. Now the mental being relates to our awareness as well. Also to our sense of understanding, intellect and all those things. When the grace starts flowing more and more within us, then our mental being gets enlightened. When the mental being gets enlightened, then you start feeling centers of other persons. Some people, just get cured. They don't feel any vibrations, nothing, just they feel cured. They get cured of cancer, this, that, all sorts of things. But they do not get vibrations, they do not get a feeling, they cannot make out whether it is this chakra or that chakra. They do not feel anything. So the first thing that would happen to anyone is the physical gift. Physical being improves. That's the grace of God. Because if you are not well, if you have some pains and some troubles and some diseases, how are you going to pay attention to God and Spirit? That's very important. But before it comes to the mental self, something else happens also. That when the Kundalini pierces, the falling of grace first comes down to the lower centers starting from Nabi downwards. And Nabi is a great sucker. Nabi starts sucking the vibrations, or you can say the grace. And Nabi starts getting awakened, first of all. From Nabi rises the Swadhisthana chakra, which goes round and round, which is connected with Nabi. So it flows to Swadhisthana. And then Swadhisthana also starts working out itself. Swadhisthana sucks in as much as possible and works out all the centers, all the organs which are supplied by it. But Nabi, when it receives surplus grace, then it starts opening. And its opening helps us in very gross material life also. You are helped materially. Supposing if you are materially absolutely hopeless, then you are not going to pay attention to God also. So is the responsibility of God to first give you little material well-being. Like I received a letter and also in the tape, they are mentioned about somebody who wanted to come to India from Australia. She got a realization, she felt very much better. And she wanted to come to Australia, to India. But she had no money to come. And that desire was there. Because of that desire in her, she may not have put full attention to her spirit. And that's how our material desires get satisfied. And her daughter discovered she had a bracelet, many bracelets and things she had, and she went to a jumble sale for selling them for some sort of a program they had for children. And they discovered that one of the bracelets that she had, which she thought to be a junk, was of gold. Surprisingly. And she sold it for $1,500. She was going to sell it for 20 cents. And that was exactly the amount needed for their travel, for both of them. Now one would say that how it works out. It is miraculous. That's all I can say, because the machinery is such. The pouring of the grace within you informs the Lakshmi principle in the Nabhi. Nabhi, just show them where it is. Somebody has to get up and show. Douglas or someone. Douglas, come on. This is the one. And this has the deity of Lakshmi. She is the deity of your well-being. And this is what Krishna has said, Yoga Kshema Vahamyaham. When the yoga takes place, means when the Kundalini pierces through fontanelle bone area, I look after your well-being. How does he look after? Through Lakshmi. Now this is a universal deity. She is present in human beings and also she is present in material things. It is such a fantastic thing that you cannot explain these things on human level. Really, it is difficult. Only thing you can see for yourself how it works out. It's so tremendous. Like, if you have to explain about human civilization to an ant, it's going to be difficult. In the same way it is. It's so difficult, you see. And human beings are so proud of their rationality. And I find it impossible how to explain, but it does work that way. You can only see the working of it. But if you are proud of your rationality, you go ahead with it. What can you do? But you just see for yourself how it works. So the second layer that really is improved is your material being. So many people have been helped who are here materially. The well-being has come. Actual well-being, apart from satisfaction. But as I said, it does not cross the limit, like you do not become Mr. Ford. Because that's some sort of a behavior which is asahaja. To be so rich, I mean, it's ridiculous, vulgar. You become better than what you are, but not the best. Because you have to be in the center at a satisfied point. And everybody has to enjoy you. And you have to enjoy everybody. But supposing if you are in dire necessities and problematic things, then you cannot pay attention to God. And that's what He understands, that you cannot. If you have physical problem, you see, if you have cancer, how can you say that you pay attention to your spirit when you have cancer? I mean, such a body. After all, if this whole house is going to collapse, you cannot meditate here. So first the physical stability is established, and second is the material one. Now there are many factors which work out material stability automatically. First of them is that once you find your spirit, you just automatically give up your habits. Most of these habits come from your Nabi, because from Nabi chakra you get your seeking. And you think when you have a habit, you are seeking your joy. I mean, many people have said, Mother, but I enjoy my glass of whiskey. See, they have said to me many a times. Or I enjoy a little ride here and there. Somebody has said that, Mother, I enjoy some Kensington ladies, you see, sort of thing. But once you start enjoying your spirit, it drops out. All your attention, you see, becomes enlightened, and your priorities changes. Don't enjoy these things that you have been enjoying before, so just don't do it. I mean, I don't have to tell you don't drink, you just don't do. I don't have to tell you that you don't smoke, you just don't do. But there are some very weak people, extremely weak, I mean, very, very weak people. They take time. I know they plod and sort of, you see, they are very slow moving creatures. But not all. I would say quite a small number. And most of the people, they just give up things. Just give up. So you start saving money automatically. Because the money goes to the races, or to the pubs, or to other habits which are useless. You know they are useless. Smoking, drugs, any such foolish things that you are wasting money on. And you start channelizing this money for something better. Something that gives you more joy, more happiness, and of an eternal nature, not a temporary one that you take the drink previous night and in the morning you are finished. You get a drink that never finishes, which you enjoy all the time. You get drunk like that, you see. Because in my own life I've seen it's such a so-called sophisticated elite life. People drink much more, you see, than normal people do. And they ask me, why don't you drink? I said, I'm already drunk. The day I was born, I was so drunk that now if I have to drink more, I'll fall off. So better not ask me. They're quite frightened at this thing. I said, I'm really fully drunk already. So they start looking at me, and they never find me anyway less in spirit as they are. Actually, I'm always little more than they are. So they never force me to do that. But these things drop out automatically. I don't have to tell you that you have to drop out. Because most of the things you have done, because you have been seeking something. You know, there are people, I asked them, why do you do this? They said, we are seeking love. I said, how? How can you find love like this? Or somebody will say that I'm seeking God. There are many people who are taking drugs. I mean, genuinely, just for seeking. But when they have found it, what they were seeking, they don't take drugs. But this is one of the side issues. I was just trying to make it a little lighter. But mainly what happens is that actually the principle of Lakshmi, the principle of well-being within you is awakened. And if you listen to one of my tapes where I have described what a Lakshmi is and how she symbolized, it's a very beautiful picture of Lakshmi that the great seers have put before us. That she is after all a mother. She is a mother. A person who is a rich man has to be a motherly person. But here you find in the whole world, I have seen those who have even little money, their nose goes up like that. And if you see them from down below, they look like wolves, you see, not like mothers. Most surprising. And this Lakshmi, who is a mother, wears a white sari, very elegant, with a gold border. That represents that he doesn't put people into awe by his pomp and show and this and that. She's standing on a lotus. Imagine any human being standing on a lotus. That means that she's so light in her behavior towards others. She's so delicate. She touches people with such delicacy that people don't feel hurt. They are not anyway pressurized by the riches of people. But you know, it's just the opposite. It's the so-called rich, you see. Horrible. If somebody is coming in here, I would like to get out of that door. They try to pressurize because they have money. You see, somebody starts talking big. You just find out 99% he must have won some horse race. This pressurizing is a sign that he is not a Lakshmipati. He has nothing to do with Lakshmi. So he is so gracious. I have seen such people. I have seen some people like that. I have seen one in England. You will be surprised to know. I've just seen him once. He was a gentleman who was some lord and something. And later on he came to India. He was Viceroy. And there was a gentleman who was very well known to us. He once met him in a train which was delayed or something happened and they had to get down at another station and somehow or other they were put together. And it was so simple and so good and so helpful that this gentleman was taken by him. He said, now better you come to my house because it's not going to be any train, you come to my house. When he went to his house, he was surprised. The house was like a palace. And then he told him who he was. He was amazed. And he even carried his bag with him. Such a simple man. And then when this gentleman told me that such a person is there, then he revisited India. Then he brought him to see me. But he's no more now. He's dead, this gentleman. But he was a very big man in India. And a very big person. But such a simple man. Such a simple person. So that's the significance of well-being is. So when a Sahaja Yogi becomes well-being, gets well-being, then he has all these qualities in him. That he doesn't impress on others that he has a property or he has got money and he should pressurize others. If he is really a good Sahaja Yogi, he would be the humblest of all. And he would be very generous. Because in her hand, one hand is like this. The left hand is like this, means she's generous. She's giving. All the time she's giving. She's not taking anything, she's giving. And that's how such a person is all the time giving. I've seen people who after Sahaja Yoga receive lot of blessings and are miserly or try to oppress others, lose their properties, lose their money, and really suffer a little bit. Because otherwise there's no way of teaching them. So the generosity flows from a hand. And another hand is like this, which means that she gives protection to people. There have to be some people who are ashritas, are dependents, who just depend, from whom such a person doesn't take any money, they just live. These systems are still in India. Those people who are well off always have about 2-3 people being supported by them. Is the system still working in India? In many places. I mean, in my father's house, we always remember we had people like that. They were educated and given higher education by my father free, just free. But never did they feel that they were anybody else or treated with same respect and with same dignity as we were treated. But that was a part of life. One had to do it. This is the ashraya, is that there should be some people depending on them. England also have seen people have cats, dogs, things like that. You see, little bit they do spend on cats and dogs. But better to spend on human beings, you know. What am I going to do with cats and dogs? Can I give them realization? It's better to look after human beings than to look after cats and dogs so much, I mean. But I've seen when they are dealing with cats and dogs, they are very happy people. With human beings, they are very unhappy. I don't know why. If you must have seen in the BBC and all that, when they have these advertisements, I've seen in television sometimes, you see a person having a cat, she'll always smile and joke and this. And anybody having children, she looks so miserable. That should not be so. There should be somebody dependent. It's not important to measure every money, ask for 2p I gave you yesterday, will you return 2p to me? It's not, it doesn't behove a Sahaja Yogi to be like that. If it comes to that, all right, give some money, forget about it. It helps you such a lot. It helps you such a lot to be meticulously so observant about how much money you lent. It's better to be more worried about how much you have taken than to be how much you have given. It helps a lot. It's a thing one has to realize in life, how much it helps. I've seen in my own life it has helped so many times. I mean, you really have people then around you. It's a matter of 5 rupees and 10 rupees is so important to some people at a point. And it works wonders. I mean, you can have a human being worth millions by paying sometimes 5 rupees. It can work out that way. So try to be more giving and then you receive more as a Sahaja Yogi. Remember that now you are connected with Lakshmi. The more generous you are, the more you get it. When you are small-minded, you do not receive her blessings. You have to give. You have to give. Once you give, it starts flowing. The stagnation is over. And the flow starts coming in. Otherwise, you are stagnated when your hand is tight-fisted, as you call it. English language has so many good words. Though they are now losing their meaning. They call it, you are very, I don't know, there must be new words for being very, very miserly. Some good word, you know, which doesn't mean miserly, but must be some economical or something fantastic. But actually miserliness is miserliness. Give it whatever name you like, it's horrible. And one should not take to miserliness. That is a curse. I tell you, it's a disease. It's like leprosy to be heated. Try to be generous. Now the generosity of maybe, I don't know, but maybe of money is not difficult for some people. But generosity of saying something good to others is rare. See somebody in a good dress, should be generous enough to say, oh, it's fantastic, it's beautiful. What's wrong? But jealousy, that goes against Lakshmi completely. It's better that others are wearing it. You see, you don't pay for it and you enjoy it. It's very logical, you just see. If you own this hall, it will be a headache for you, isn't it? To keep it all right. I mean, imagine the people who own it and to put it right, because everybody will come and criticize, this is not good, that's not good. It's nice to be here when it doesn't belong to you, to enjoy it. It's very simple. Just try to enjoy it, to be generous with people, be kind to them. This generosity is lacking. When this starts, then the inner core of emotional being starts getting enlightened. Go to the subtler side of material well-being and you start getting into emotional things. Small things work out. Very small. It's very sweet. We have so many examples of this kind of little sweetness being expressed. And this generosity should come to all the Sahajogis of saying good things to others. Doesn't matter, it is exaggeration. Doesn't matter. Because it acts as a buffer. See? Then the fright of the strangers, fright of the neighbors, fright of other human beings, Every human being has become now, he sees another human being coming, he calls back. Imagine. First, say about 50 years back, it was like dogs. If any human being saw another human being, they used to bark. Now it is another way round. So, the fear of your brethren, of your own kin and kith, of your part and parcel. They are your own. You don't know. They are part and parcel of your being. You can feel it after Sahaja Yoga. You can feel it. I don't have to tell you. You can feel them within yourself. They are within you. And then the sweetness of saying something sweet. Doing something sweet is so nice. Is so rewarding itself so rewarding. The movement of Shakti is always this way. If I give you love, love comes back to me. If I give you hatred, hatred comes back to me. And double fold everything. If you give you love, say 1 unit, I may get 7 units of love. But if I give you hatred of 1, that also 7 units of hatred comes to you. The mathematics is complete. So try to understand that emotionally you have to understand your material well-being. How to express emotionally your material well-being is a very sweet thing. I would give you an example of Govin, because I can't forget that very sweet incident. One day, we had called some people, you see. I didn't know there would be so many coming in his house. And he has a house, but not so big like this. So there were about 50 people around. And I told him prepare some food for them. But I thought for 50 people he could not have prepared, at the most for 10 people, you see. So I was quite embarrassed. I was waiting for people to go away. I didn't say stay on for dinner or anything. I thought, poor Gavin, how could he have cooked for 50 people, you see. And when they disappeared, you see, about 5-6 were remained. I said, now let's have dinner. So he was very unhappy and he was looking this side and that side. I said, what happened? He didn't say anything. So I slept that night in his house. Next morning I got up. Still he was very uneasy. Next day I said, what's the matter? What's weighing on your mind? He said, Mother, why did you ask all of them to go away? I had prepared for 50 of them. You see, this filled me with such joy. You can't imagine. Tremendous joy. Tremendous joy. I mean, that I cannot get over such things, you know. And I have seen so many Sahaja Yogis like that, very, very sweet persons. Another is Gregor, another very sweetie person, you know, the way he does things for others. And sometimes the way he works it out is so sweet. And how he really knows how to express himself sweetly in small little things. It's so surprising how people are very beautiful and how they are working out these material things to express their emotions. Material is for emotions only, you see. My mother had a principle that if she had 6 saris, the 7th one she'll present out. She had kept 6, not more needed, you see. And she was a woman of great principle, I must say, because she used to spin her own saris. Can you imagine? And that's what she used to wear herself. She was the wife of a very rich man. I mean, she had no problem of money, but this was her principle. She used to live like that. And she said that what I need 6 more than I don't need, because it's cotton saris, you see. So one sari you wash, and next you wear, and you can just press it. We had people in the house who could do that for her. She said there's no need to have more than 6. And one she would keep for some occasion, you see, expensive one, if she has to go for a wedding and all that. That's all. So the 7th was kept, and out of the 6, if she got one more, she would donate that to somebody. She could only keep up to 6, you see. That was her principle. And she managed her life very well. And I was also a bit too much of a generous person. And she always supported my generosity. Always. She supported. And she was very happy when she found that I would just give away lots of things to people who came to my house. And that's very good. She should do. Everybody used to say that should be done. Always used to encourage me for such things that I did. But I found all things have only value if I can give them away. Otherwise, they have no value. And I keep only the things that are being presented to me. All the rest pass out of my hands very easily into people. Anybody who says, I like this, all right, have it. See, I feel so happy to give it to them. And it's really rewarding. Now that person thinks, what should I give you back? I said, no, please. That's not to be done. Because, already come and see. This house is filled with things. And I don't know how to get rid of them. If I buy anything myself, of course, I don't earn anything. So if from my husband's money, I try to give it away. It's very nice. It's really extremely nice. After all, what's the use of these things in the house? What am I going to do? I mean, if you have to have a personal archives, you can have. You see, something like that, putting up this thing bought there, this thing bought there. But normally, what do you do with it? So this kind of generosity is to be developed within us. The aesthetics of generosity is to be seen. How you give things to others and how you express your emotional being. For people who are emotionally dry because of ego orientation, should learn these things. It's very important. That will give them some emotional side also. Very much necessary for people who do not feel their feelings much, their joy much. They should try to do it. They will start feeling it much more. Then the emotional side is enlightened within us. The grace start flowing up to emotional side. In emotional side, first of all, the purification takes place. That's very important. To lead a very beautiful emotional life, you must have pure ideas. Otherwise, you can never be emotionally all right. You see, like in a tree, you have to have leaves, you have to have roots, you have to have fruits, you have to have flowers at its proper places. Like in your house, you have to have a drawing room, you have to have a bedroom, you have to have a bathroom. Everything separated. You do not put them into a complete, a mix-up. You do not make it like that, isn't it? Don't put your bathroom in the drawing rooms, do you? I mean, some people may start it with the kind of confusion they have these days, but normally you do not. In our own emotional life, we must have pure sense, purity of a sisterly love, purity of a brotherly love, purity of a wife's love. For example, infidelity. Infidelity is impurity. Infidelity comes when there is impurity. Without fidelity, the marriage life cannot be happy. That's the basis of married life. You see, I like business is impurity. The impurity in you likes it. Gradually, after realization, you start developing that purity within. You start understanding these are your brothers and sisters. As soon as your emotional life starts improving, your innocence starts awakening up. You see, it is connected with your innocence. The left side is connected with your innocence. And then it starts flowering. And you really become innocent. Now see the practical side. You go to somebody's house. The gentleman has a beautiful wife. Now your bad eyes are on the wife. How can you enjoy? You cannot enjoy, the husband cannot enjoy, the wife cannot enjoy. All the time there's a fear. Maybe the wife may run away with you or something may happen. The whole house will be finished. I mean, you are so destructive. So-called charming men and charming women are just destroying each other's lives. What were they do to the land? All in the orphanages. A woman marries 7 times, a husband marries 8 times. All these old people are in the orphanage. And children are in another orphanage. So you are just creating orphanages by this kind of impurity in your mind. But by telling you these things, you are not going to believe me, nor you can do it. But just when it happens, when this happens, the innocence, the joy of pure love, when there is no other impurity but just pure love of brothers, sisters. I mean, here I've seen people don't even sort of embrace each other, men. It's most surprising. I mean, for us, it's something one can't understand, you see. So much impurity has gone into our brain that every man, is it that way wrong? When we came here, my husband used to embrace every man. I told him, don't do it, people will laugh at you. He said, really? He said, but everyone is not like that. Maybe one person. I said, no, they think everybody is like that. You see, whatever they found pathological in one person, they think everybody is like that. These psychologists, whatever they read in one abnormal person, they start to see in everyone. Everybody is not like that. I mean, there's no harm in understanding that there is only 1% people are pathological who go to these psychologists. The others who are spoiled are because of psychologists themselves. They put ideas. You have a guilt, you have a guilt, you have a guilt. Even if you don't have, you'll have it. They go on putting ideas into your heads. All this is supposed to be intellectual expansion, whatever you may call it. It's all nonsense, you see. A person who doesn't commit sin, you say, no, he must have committed sin now. He doesn't know what to do. He'll come and say, all right, Baba, I have committed sin, now I have to confess. So I have to confess, yes, I have committed sin. They play about like this, you see. They just try to build you up and all that, and then they break you, shatter you completely, and you think, oh, I'm the most sinful person ever living. If you were that sinful, do you think you'll get realization? First of all, just ask yourself a question. How did I get realization? How did I feel vibrations? If I was that sinful, how could I get it? Throw away all these ideas of the psychologist and tell them that we don't believe you. See, this is very few people who are really basically sinful, I tell you, very, very rarely. I have not seen anyone so far, except for these horrible gurus who are well known. After all, they are the people who are Rakshasas. They are not human beings, you see. So that's a different category. But otherwise, I have not seen basically a person who has nothing good in him. Because everybody has the spirit. And definitely spirit is superior, much more dynamic than all the sins put together. What are these little sins here and there? What are you doing? And there's nothing to feel so diffident about it. After all, you are realized people, you are saints. You are to be respected. You have to respect yourself first of all. You are all saints. Do you realize that? Once you realize you are saints, you will start acting as saints. How the saints act? You will put yourself onto that pedestal of understanding that you are really saints. Otherwise, you won't get vibrations. Go and ask any one of these. They will tell you the vibrations, only people who are saints get it. In India, all the people are burnt when they die, not the saints. Realized souls are not. They are respected. They say when the saints come to your house, that's the day, is the day of festival. And all of you are that. So don't think that you cannot do this and you have this guilt and you have these things. Nothing of the kind. You are pure spirit. Be very lavish about it. Of course, too much indulgences into these things, emotional life also, can lead you to a stagnation point. Like I hear people saying that there's a lot of love between us. Okay. But one has to be discreet in that also. Does it make you universal or it makes you localized? See, like Britishers for British, Indians for Indians, finished. If that love makes you universal, by which you say kindly things, by which you enjoy the love of other people, their vibrations, whatever creed, race it is, whatever part of the world they come from, they are Sahaja Yogis. If you start enjoying them, then know that that is love. Should not be localized in any way. If there is any group forming, then must know that it is not love. It's not divinity. It's not. Divinity is universal. It embraces everything. Everything. It has no discrimination of any kind. It only discriminates between evil and good, unrighteous and righteous, Christ and Antichrist, God and anti-God. But it does not discriminate on these three levels, that is physical appearances, mental approach or mental development, or emotional expressions. Some people are emotionally very expressive. I would say English are less expressive by temperament. Maybe that's their temperament. Indians are extremely expressive. If you go to India, to a village, say you go to Rauri, they will just take you in their embrace and would start weeping and crying with joy. You'll be amazed the way they will love you. Imagine. And for them it would be like, see, they wouldn't mind even if they have to sort of spread themselves on the ground for you to walk smoothly so that you don't feel the horrible roots of India. That kind of tremendous emotions, the expression, you will be surprised. You will be overwhelmed and sometimes shocked, the way they are. But that doesn't mean that the English don't love. They love in their own way. They understand that. So that's how it should be. That It is all embracing, all shades, all types, all permutations, combinations. Because this variety is created by God to create beauty. And all the varieties must be accepted. Imagine you all looking just the same. How would it look? Horrible and boring. Every leaf is different. Then what about human beings? But in that difference, there's the unity of spirit. And if you can feel that unity, then you are emotionally absolutely correct and you are a realized soul. And last of all, the most important is your spirit. Spirit that resides in your heart. All this beauty is only perceived when there is light in your spirit. Otherwise, you cannot see all this beauty. You cannot enjoy it. Spirit is the one which is the diamond which shines on this beautiful ring of your body, mind, and your emotions. That's the most important thing. That is to be achieved, to be absolutely absorbed into your being. That state should be achieved by all of you. But the growth, if the outside is not all right, then the inside cannot be carried by that weak outside. It's such a strong thing. Spiritual life is a very strong thing. It's so dynamic. It's so powerful. Sometimes, it floods me completely. I have to control myself. The love just shoots off from the being and I want to give it. But I wonder whether you will be able to bear it. So I have to control it a little bit. That flood may not be borne. So you have to enrich your outside to bear that inside beauty. And the more you enrich it, the more you make it strong, the more it will shine. It's so simultaneous. Because one must understand that spirit is love, is all intelligence, is all awareness. And it knows your problem. It slowly shines. It sees how far you can bear, how far you can go. Then, after realization, when you start looking after your outside, the inside starts shining by itself. But attention should be towards your spirit. All these outside qualities are so joy-giving to the spirit. You can't imagine. Try them. You will enjoy yourself. We have not been able to enjoy ourselves much. See? If we could, we would not shun the jails. I would be happy in a jail, I tell you, because I can enjoy myself there better. But the one thing is that you cannot enjoy yourself so much when you cannot share it with others also, isn't it? It becomes like that. Without sharing, you cannot enjoy yourself. And that's what should happen to all the Sahaja Yogis. At that level, you should come. We should be at that level. Try to keep your level that high is important. Sometimes you come down. You start criticizing others. Others are also not right. For example, somebody sees somebody filthy, dirty, something like that. The person who is filthy, dirty, of course, is something wrong with that person, no doubt. But that person should be pitied. At least he should be clean. That's the minimum of minimum. But instead of that, if you start criticizing that person, you also become filthy in your language, filthy in your mind and everything. So why? Leave it. Let that person improve by itself. See that he has to be clean, he has to be neat, he has to be sensible. This is to be seen by that person himself and not by you. Where is your attention? It's a habit in India. All the parents will ask the children when they are saying, where is your attention? They say, where is my attention? All right. Then again he's standing there. Where is your attention? Again he'll be on the watch. Where is my attention going? We have to look after our attention, that's all. Where is my attention? Is it on the spirit? Next time I'll tell you more about the spirit part. I hope you have understood how necessary it is to develop your inner being. In your mental being, egoistical nature is to be controlled very much. I've seen people who go from left to right, they become egoistical. Those who go from right to left, they become frightened. All these side movements must be brought to the center. You have to understand that from basics we have to rise higher. People have explanation for everything. No explanation is needed. Whom are you explaining? You are explaining to yourself. You are judging yourself. You have to judge yourself. Whom are you explaining? Mataji? She doesn't need any explanation. I know perhaps everything. Perhaps. But I don't condemn you, and in any way I do not want that you should be condemned by any chance at all. Why should you are all saints after all? Where did I get so many saints? For me it's greatest satisfaction. But for your own growth, I want you to understand that you are saints and you have to come up to that point. Saints have to be self-disciplined. Nobody has to tell them. Discipline yourself. Tell yourself, I am a saint now. What an opportunity it is to grow. What an opportunity. And people are only going to believe in you when you are really the saint within and saint without. In Sahaja Yoga, people become saints within and not saints without easily. But in other systems, they are first made outside. You see, they are made to work for 25 years just washing a temple. Finished. Then they are made to do something else for 25 years. By the time they are about to dead, they'll say, all right, next time we'll give you realization. It's like that. But here, from inside, you have really achieved your realization, no doubt. And you have greater chances of improving. This is what I thought, that this lifetime, I'm just going to give realization to all the people who come to me. Let's see. And you are going to give full justice to my bold step. Because now you've got it. It is going to work out much faster. It has to work out. This was the only way it could have worked out faster than to make you, first of all, wash yourself every day, get up at 4 o'clock and make you like military people. I said, no, let's try this way. It's done. It's happening. It's so simple. Then the self-discipline must start. And must try to improve your light, which is just kindled, to make it a beautiful light, clean light, and generous, giving light, the light of love. It will work out, I'm sure. Keep your standards high. Do not fall down. Put your attention into proper gear. It's all prophesied, as you know. Blake has prophesied it. The more I read the book, the more I'm convinced that England is going to be the Jerusalem. Now think of that. No lethargy allowed. While I find Australians are coming up much faster. You have to prove Blake's prophecy. May God bless you, all of you. Kuli, can you give me some water, please? Look at the children. Oh, quiet. Thank you very much. If you could arrange a seminar, Kevin, anytime, 3 days, I can postpone my going to India. So I would like to have a seminar sometime.
We can get a place in such 12th, no, the 11th to the 13th. It's a midweek time. We can have about 45, 50 people.
We have many more.
I know, but not everybody could come midweek. So
I would like to have it on a Saturday, Sunday, somewhere.
I'll find somewhere, but it's difficult to get these places for a weekend. We're still trying.
I think in any place like Brighton or something you might get. Or why not hire a boat? Isn't it a good idea? Actually, I was looking out for a ship. If one of the shipping corporation ships had arrived, I thought we'd go and stay in a ship. It will be a good idea because it always is there for about 3-4 days. But there's no ship arriving in this month. Otherwise, we could have done it. Some sort of a boat for 2 days. You can hire a big boat where all of us could be there on a Saturday, Sunday. We should be there. It's important. Before I leave, I would like to fix some certain screws. I mean, you can have it on Thames River if you want. On Brighton, do you have boats or things? No. Just find out. So that should be resolved, and then I will arrange my going accordingly. If there is any program like that, I will postpone it, but I would like to know as soon as possible. Thank you very much. As I have told you before, that Sahaja Yoga has no technique. It's a spontaneous happening which takes place. Now the flower becomes the fruit. It has no technique. But the sun has to come to do the job. See? And that technique is beyond our understanding. In the same way it happens. Just transformation. But later on, you must know how to maintain and how to keep it up. That's all. Once it is managed, it can be worked out. Many people have done it, and you should be able to do it also. But try not to see others. See yourself first. That's very important. That is very important part. If you can put your hands towards me like this, just. And close your eyes. Just close your eyes. If your hands are shaking or your body is shaking or your eyes are fluttering, the eyelids, then you open your eyes. Just watch me. Just watch me on my forehead. Have you been to some guru or someone? No one. What do you do for your work? Huh? Ah, that's it. The right side is too much used. Should work out. Are you shaking also? No? You are getting cool breeze? It's great. Are you getting? Not yet. None of the fingers. That should work. Did you go to any guru or anyone? Did you go to anyone, guru or anyone? To spiritualist or anyone? No. Are you getting cool breeze? Good. Put both the feet straight. Relax. You are getting? Good. Close your eyes and enjoy yourself. Better now. Just do it like that. You see, it's more on the right side is a problem. It's because too much thinking, So This imbalance of too much thinking also gives you an imbalance. See, all the time you're thinking. That gives you a trouble. Which will work out. See, put your left hand on the stomach. The center, yes. Put your right hand now. The shaking towards me. Right hand towards me. Like this. Now the shaking would be less. Put it there so you'll be comfortable. It will reduce gradually. See? This is nothing but this nervousness inside which has to go out. See, the nerves have been too much tortured by thinking. Now it's better, soothing down. Much better, see? It will soothe down. And there are some new people I see on the left hand side. Just see them if they are realized, all of them. Just see some of these people who are there. Yeah. Just see. Have you got cool breeze there? Have you got cool breeze in the hand? What's it? They have got it. Good. They are from Brighton, are they? Have you come from Brighton? No. Good. Jason, just see if they are getting cool breeze on the head also. This side, are there new people? You got the cool breeze? Alright. It comes so much that you get sure of it, alright? Just work it out. You can work out. There also, Peter, in front of you there, just see someone. Behind, is there someone sitting who's come for the first time? How are you, Anna? Better. Just got it. Better now. It's better. Still there. Less, but much less. Just do it like that. Just throw it away. Throw it away. Just to go out. Now, let's see. Just imagine. Throw it away again. It's horrible. Who's there? Left to the right. You just put him. Left to the right for him. Come along, Ruth. Put it left to the right. Yes. They will do it. You put your right. Yes. Are you better now? Are you feeling any cool breeze? No. How many years you have worked as a clerk? Look after his Vishuddhi and center heart. He'll be alright. Yeah, Vishuddhi and center heart. Terrific. They're terrific people. Alright. Is she alright? What? Put your left hand here. Alright? A little bit. And put both the feet straight like that on the ground. Would be better. Like this? Both the feet, yes. Let's see. She's alright. I think she's got it. She's alright. What about this gentleman? Left to the right. It's nice you came to see me. Really. Because it could have anything could have happened, with this kind of a tremendous pressure on your mind. Still there. It will be. That's how people get all these troubles like diabetes. You see, then even if you don't listen to that, then you can get heart, then you get other problems on the left-hand side, you see. Even paralysis can be due to this. It's a very bad thing to work like that, worrying about, are you all right? Huh? It will work out. What's it, John? Nabi. Nabi. Put your left hand on the stomach. Stomach, yes. What about him? Left Nabi. Are you married?
No.
You are not married?
No.
You don't want to marry?
I'm a widow.
Huh?
Widow.
When was that?